Well, I first heard of Bitcoin in April the 3rd, 2012. I was reading an article in the Times newspaper about the Silk Road and how two senators were trying to stop this currency from Bitcoin from being used to buy illegal drugs and other substances. I wasn't that interested on the Silk Road, but I was very interested in what was Bitcoin. I never even heard the word before, which is surprising given that I'm fairly up to date with most things. So when I researched the Bitcoin subject, I then went down the rabbit hole, as you say, and became interested, and set up my Twitter account as BitcoinByte, and set up a blog account, which is more of an information site, as BitcoinByte.com. Well, the main benefit is that the existing currencies were not designed for spending money at a distance, i.e. across the internet or by telephone. And the way we do that at the present time is by credit cards. If there was no credit cards or debit cards, we'd find it really impossible to spend money at a distance, except doing it by check and sending checks in the post. So instead we use credit cards and debit cards. Unfortunately, they are not designed for internet, and the reason they fail is as follows. One, when you use your credit card, you have to give three things out. You have to give your credit card number, your expiry date, and your CVC number on the back. That means you're exposing yourselves to three types of fraud. One is ID fraud, two is credit card cloning, and three is the person receiving the information can spend the money more than once or pass the details on to his friend. With Bitcoin, that problem is avoided. All you do is you ask the merchant for something, you ask the merchant for his Bitcoin address and pay him the money. It's a final transaction and it's job done. The drivers of demand for Bitcoin is people are looking for, once they realize it, they want an alternative to the existing fiat currency system, which is issued and controlled by the government. Bitcoin is a way of privatizing the currency, number one. Number two, it facilitates internet payments more easily and with less risk or no risk compared to the fiat currency system. And thirdly, it means you can send money overseas, both large amounts or even small amounts, without having to pay large payments. Like existing payments, you send money through via Western Union, and they charge you anything from 15 to 38% of the amount being sent through. The way you use it, you don't have to go through any bank or any other intermediary company like PayPal or Visa or MasterCard. If I want to pay you Bitcoins, all I do is I just send you Bitcoins. How do I do that? You give me your Bitcoin address, which I scan into my computer or phone. I then put in the amount of Bitcoins I want to send to you. I click send and you receive them instantly. Now, when I say instantly, you receive the Bitcoins, but they're unconfirmed transactions. It takes about roughly 30 minutes for the first confirmation to come through, and about a couple of hours to get 6 confirmations, which is regarded as the finality of the transaction. I'm involved in an exchange project with a number of business partners, and we're looking at different territories. I can name the territories. We're looking at the UK, we're looking at Malta, we're looking at New Zealand, and possibly even Hong Kong, and possibly other territories too. Not looking at all of them, looking at one to pin it down. And we may be looking at some territories in parts of Arabia as well.